If you want to launch a multi-million dollar CPG brand in 2026, there are going to be 3 ways to go about it. And every single successful multi-million dollar CPG brand in the last decade has fallen into one of these categories. Hi, my name is Daji and I build CPG brands. I'm a website copywriter and brand messaging strategist, and it's my job to make your website irresistible. Okay, let's get into number 1. We have to disrupt. The disrupt a market means to join a market that has kind of had some dominating legacy brands for a very long time that have kept on the same path, the same branding, and haven't really done anything innovative in a long time. And because they're so old, they kind of just rule those markets. But when it comes to brands like Graza or Chomps, they said, no, there's room for one more. When it comes to a brand like Graza, one thing that differentiated them from the other olive oils on the market is one, obviously the iconic squeeze bottle, but 2, they said we're not doing that traditional Italian style branding, okay? If you go to the grocery store right now and you go to the olive oil, everything looks straight out of Italy. I'm talking straight off of Ellis Island. Graza is a brand that is so easy to spot in the olive oil section because it goes against all of that. So disrupting a market like olive oil in that way was very jarring, and it made consumers not just want to purchase it but have that bottle on display. The branding of that product is so amazing that it kind of just separates itself. Same with the brand Chomps. This is a meat packaged brand, and what separates them is one, once they noticed that their #1 consumer was female, they went away from the boring macho branding. When you go to the meat package aisle, what does everything look like? It's straight up for a man. The branding colors are very masculine. There's always some type of animal from that it gets its meat from. It's just very manly, as if women don't like packaged meat at all. Chomps said, oh no, we're not doing that. So when you go to the meat package section, it is very easy to spot Chomps out of the other brands. So as a disruptor, what is going to make your brand jarring? What is going to make you be like, whoa, what was that? Must have been the wind. If possible, be a disruptor. Next we have, I would say, the reintroduction. As Jay-Z said, allow me to reintroduce myself. These are products that, yeah, people buy, but not enthusiastically. Let's take the brand Fishwife. Eating packaged fish is, something people kind of do when they don't really want to cook lunch. They want something very easy, high in protein, gets the job done. You're not necessarily eating this for its enjoyment, but more so, hey, I'm a human being and I gotta eat. Packaged fish will no longer be something you just throw in your cart and put in the back of your cupboard until it's time to eat and you realize you haven't gone grocery shopping. We want this on display. We want, when you are determining what you're going to eat for the week, it's going to be packaged fish, and it's going to be Fishwife specifically. We're going to make this branding so irresistible. We're going to make the fish so delectable that this is what you are choosing for lunch. Not, oh my God, I didn't go grocery shopping, I guess I'll go get the packaged meat in the back of it. No. We're not doing that. This is going to be your choice. Then we have the brand Flaus. Everybody flosses, or they say that they do, or they should. But because of the nature of how you gotta floss, you either have that long string and you're cutting off the circulation of your fingers, or you're using the little picks that really aren't that hygienic. You kind of like makes the experience not pleasant. And Flaus said, oh, we're gonna make it pleasant, okay? Just like you like doing your 15-step skincare routine every night, you're gonna love flossing, okay? We're gonna make it pretty, we're gonna make it electrical, and we're gonna make it easy to do, okay? One thing I learned from the brand Flaus, a lot of people didn't floss, not just because of laziness or they didn't feel like it was necessary, but it can kind of mess with your arthritis because of the way that you kind of have to do it. Like I mentioned, it can kind of cut off the damn circulation of your fingers. So what this product doesn't just provide another cool way to floss your teeth. It can help people who have mobility issues. And that is how you reintroduce yourself into a market, okay? So if you can, reintroduce some shit. And the third one, this can be hard, but it can be done. And that is going to be release something new to the market. I will give you another bonus one after this, but let's get into this one first. When you introduce something new, you have all of the room to be as creative and do all the fun things that you want, but you also have to be strategic when you have to get consumers to be educated and interested in something that they weren't before. So let's talk about the brand Smart Sweets. At the time, there wasn't really a candy alternative that wasn't just plain sugar and artificial flavors. What Smart Sweets did was they were able to introduce a product that didn't just that wasn't just healthy, but it tasted good. Like, it tasted just as delicious as the ones that are full of the sugars and artificial flavors, okay? That's very hard to do, especially when you are, you know, trying to sell to consumers who are already addicted to sugars in all of their foods. So them creating a, you know, a candy product that is meant for literally leisure, and be like, okay, we're gonna bring this candy to the market, but it's not gonna be full of the sugars. It's not gonna give you overload of cavities. It's not gonna ruin, you know, your calorie intake for the day. Smart Sweets was able to successfully create a product that allowed people to still indulge in their sweets without all of the nastiness that comes with candy. Then we have the brand Oatly. Oat milk was already a product that was pretty popular in a couple European countries, but when they brought it over to the United States, they really had to be strategic. And according to their founder, what they did when they brought oat milk over to the United States markets is they would specifically sell it to baristas in smaller coffee shops around New York City, because when you have a rapport and a relationship with your barista and they recommend something to you, you're going to be likely to try that, versus if you were to just go to a big name like a Starbucks or a Dunkin' Donuts and, you know, the employee on the drive-thru was like, hey, do you want to try our thing? Because they gotta be forced to tell you that. But when it's more intimate, it's the barista that you talk to every single morning on your way to work. They're like, oh, I know you usually get this, but do you want to just try it with oat milk? Like, it's this new thing. They can give you detail about how it tastes and the texture and things like that. So that's how they were able to strategically get into the United States market. They focused on getting into a market where people have to have trust already with the person that they're selling with, and that's how they got in. How can you like get people's trust with someone that they already trust? Okay, figure out how you can do that. It's time for the bonus one. You guessed it, hire me. I do brand messaging and website copywriting for CPG brands all the time. It's literally my job. Because at the end of the day, none of these wonderful things that you have planned for your brand matter if the messaging is off. Logo and visual identities and brand colors and things like that will only get you so far. People have to be able to connect with you, and that is going to be your messaging. Okay, I gave you all these tips, but now how are you going to implement it? Number one, have a D2C website that cannot be fucked with. One of my favorite brands that I mentioned in the disruptor category, Graza, has a website that I feel like is the blueprint of all CPG websites. It is so sexy. It is so interactable. The design is beautiful. It's so easy to navigate. It's just one of one. Two, you are going to do what Flaus did, and you are going to do case studies. You are going to do surveys. You are going to do focus groups. Get to know the consumers that would be interested in your products, because if you don't really know what people are going to think, you just kind of got an expensive ass hobby, and we don't want that. We want this to be a fruitful business, okay? We want you to sell. We want you to get acquired for multi-millions of dollars, and we got to do that. We got to start with the customer, okay? Don't neglect your customer. As humans, we tend to follow the trends. We tend to do what everybody else is doing. And I know that's not why you're here. You're not here. You're here because you don't want to do what everybody else is doing. You don't want to be like those other CPG brands. You want to take some notes here and there, but you want to do your own thing. And I got you. Don't you worry. If that doesn't interest you, it's okay, because I already posted a video this year about how you were going to crush it in 2026. Go watch it now.